Okay.
Good to go, good to go. All right, guys. Well, welcome to another amazing rank up call. Here we are celebrating the month of September now. And my goodness, these teams have been on fire. It's been such an honor to watch you guys from the outside and just see all the activity that's getting posted and growing to senior coach and just all these new people coming in on fire, already demonstrating leadership. It's been absolutely magical. So my name is Desiree Gomez DeBay. I'm really bad about introducing myself on every call, so I'm glad I got that covered this time. And then Justin is, of course, going to be co-hosting as well. I know he has a few things that he would like to address tonight too. So welcome, welcome. I'm excited for everyone here. We're going to hear from some really incredible speakers tonight, and they're really going to be giving away all of their tips and all of their secrets and just kind of the rawness behind their stories. So the goal of tonight is to really focus on our stories, because our stories is where all the powerful magic happens. This is where it's all the glitter and butterflies and people really start to feel the stuff, right? That is the goal, is to help people connect with us and emotionally be attached to their own personal story as they hear us telling their story to them through our own. So thank you again for joining us tonight. Really excited to be here. Our first incredible speaker is going to be Angelina tonight. So Angelina, will you please come off of mute and share with us, my friend?
All right, hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Angelina Milan. I ranked up to executive this month. So just a backstory for me, I started this program about 8 weeks ago. I'm coming up on my 8 weeks now. And the reason I really started this program is because Christopher, my coach, he's the one that reached out to me. I really needed help with my mental relationship with food. So that was one of the biggest reasons why I started this program. He told me that it would really help me mentally. So, I'm 7 weeks in and my mental health hasn't been, stronger. I don't, when I'm stressed out or whatever, I don't go to food. So that's been my biggest non-scale victory. I'm also down 20 pounds. So that's definitely cherry on the top. I started coaching about 6 weeks ago. You know what? And like they say in all these trainings, coaching definitely holds me accountable, and it definitely does more for me than it does for the clients. And I feel selfish, thinking that or feeling like that, but it's true. Some of the tips that I can give you guys is definitely live transparent on Facebook. Be real with your posts. So I get really raw and real with my posts when I'm posting about my journey and my progress, and it definitely hits people. And it allows me to create personal relationships with people. I definitely Justin definitely guides me constantly and gives me suggestions. So definitely listen to your support team and take their suggestions and guidance really into account. And reach out. I was on some trainings last week, and they said, plant seeds. And I really took that into account. I reached out to 10, 15 people a day, and I reached out to them 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm starting to hear back from them, even though they left me on red. So those are the advice that I got for you guys, and I really appreciate you guys letting me talk tonight. The next speaker is going to be Kelly.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly. I ranked up to ED. What happened was I had coached in 2018. I started coaching, did really well. It was amazing. I had been a stay-at-home mom for 30 years. Me and my coach, Donald, went out, walked. I signed up for the program. And soon after, I decided to coach for my husband and his friend. And so people started seeing him and started asking him about it. So then he sent them my way. And what happened was I did more of the client, bringing on clients and really not the coaches. I always felt like I was selling, or, like I just couldn't put myself bringing in coaches. And then I kind of fell off the wagon for 8 months, maybe. I was still on the coach. I still have the coaching kit, but I had been like stagnant, and all of a sudden, like my eyes were opened again, and knowing that my life is so amazing now because of this program. And I mean, like, I would not be where I'm at today if I didn't coach, if I didn't do this program. And I want to share this with the world, really. I mean, I think everyone should have a taste of this community, of being a coach, of helping others, because helping others, in return, I get helped tenfold. I get paid. So it's like a win win win. I'm helping you. I'm helping myself immensely. It's making me a better person. And it's been phenomenal. So I kind of jumped back on last month. I had done an assessment a year ago, and he reached out to me recently, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to jump back and start coaching. I'm going to give it a go again. And just because I know how much I love this program, and that's why I coach, because I know it changed my entire world. It changed my marriage. I'm in recovery. I couldn't even share in front of 10 people in a meeting, no way. Now I share on lives at the track, because I'm a drag racer now, because they taught me to speak my goals and my dreams out loud, which I never had in my entire life. Ever did I have a goal or a dream. So at 50 years old, at a coach's breakfast, I said, I want to drag race. And I did. That was October 10th, 2019. And I drag raced the first night there. So my anniversary of a year is Saturday. I've started a girls group because of this program. I'm changing lives. I mean, just like all around, everywhere. I get to bless people because you all blessed me. So, I mean, how awesome is that? What a bitch in life I get to lead because of this program. I have a little bit of an income. I get to make an impact on lives. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Tips that I have for coaching: be coachable. I was a glob of clay, and Donald said, do this, and I did what he said. And like, I ranked up to ED in 5 weeks or so. And I had been a stay-at-home mom for 30 years, didn't have a job or a life. So it was pretty amazing that I could make something out of, him guiding me, and a lot of the coaches pouring into me. Reach out to the coaches, reach out to the community, man. It's phenomenal. You can't ask for more. Living out loud. I definitely live out loud on Facebook, on Instagram. I leave it all out there. And you know what? I'm not ashamed, because who I was made me who I am today. So all my struggles and everything that I've gone through has been hell. But look at me now. Look at me now. Thank you all. Because of you, I get to have this full life. I'm so really grateful. And then my last tip, we're not selling. We're not selling. We're sharing our heart because of what this has done. Weight loss, fabulous. Hell yeah. Who doesn't want to lose weight quick? But the way you feel, this is like the fountain of youth. It's like a secret world, and not everybody finds it. And it's a shame, because everyone should have a taste of this world. So that's all I got. I'm going to go ahead and announce Miss Julie. You're up, baby.
Good evening, all you fabulous people. It's so nice to see you. So my name is Julie Barkley, and I am an ED coach with Optavia. And I looked this morning because I was trying to remember when I started this program. And so it was a year ago last week. So for 53 weeks, I have been blessed, like Kelly said, with this program and this community. 53 weeks ago, I made my second phone call to Joy and said, okay, I'm in, sign me up for your diet. And of course she responded, it's a lifestyle, Julie. And I said, yeah, whatever. Okay. I'm overweight. I'm sluggish. My mental clarity is fog. And the doctor told me to lose weight because I was staring a knee replacement in the face. So I was tired. I was miserable. Nothing short of miserable. And so I started my diet. And by day 4, I knew this was something totally different. I looked in the mirror and the inflammation in my face was gone. I was feeling better already. Even my husband noticed, said, "Wow, you seem like you feel better." And I said, "I do. I do feel better." And so I did end up having the knee replacement. And after the knee replacement, I kind of took a break from the program just because somebody else was taking care of me. So it was a lot easier to just rely on him. And once I got up on my own feet again, I got on the scale and I hadn't gained a pound because I stayed with the program in the eating habits. I stayed eating 6 times a day. I made healthier choices. I had already changed habits. So I talked with Joy, and she asked me, "Hey, why don't you throw a post out?" So of course I did. I threw a post out, and within 25 minutes, I think I had 5 clients. And well, no, Joy had 5 clients, and she said, "Julie, you've got to coach. You have got to coach." And so I don't do anything halfway. I have to jump in with both feet. So I said, "All right, I'm going to do this." And I had a 5-minute conversation with my husband, and he said, "If you believe in it, then you need to do it." And you know what? I believed in it. And so I started coaching, literally hit senior coach my first week, manager my first month, and then ED within 10 weeks. And it's been nothing short of a blessing in so many ways. I mean, I look at all of your faces, and I'm so blessed and honored to know all of you. And the reward that I get, I was sitting with Kelly and Donald and a bunch of other people on Monday morning, and Monday's my check-in day, and we were at breakfast. The reward I get from the text messages that people send on Monday mornings is incredible. I mean, literally, sometimes they bring tears to my eyes. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the money's fabulous. Optavia is an amazing company, but the reward that I get from those messages and those phone calls, it tops it tenfold. So 3 tips that I have is basically anything that you water is going to grow. So I water my business all the time. I'm up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning doing my 3x3x3 every single day. I do not miss that. I am a big believer that pictures, speak major words. People want to see pictures. That's what they're looking for. I'm starting conversations, looking for new friends, living out loud. Like Kelly said, I don't have a quiet bone in my body, so that's not a problem for me. And then today I was telling my team that guess what? Today I got to pull 2 papers out of my follow-up Friday folder and sign 2 people up that I talked to back in June and July. So all of those things add up. And then, of course, I do have a full-time job as well. I manage a dental office and the building that is owned by the doctors. So I deal with 7 doctors all day, every day. So I do live in structure because of that. And I just have to consistently make time, set aside time for Optavia. And so that's exactly what I do. I also write everything down. I'm a believer that if you write something down, it's going to happen. And if you write something down, you keep track of it. And then the last thing that I am passionate about is the trainings. I think the trainings are worth millions. There's days when I'm on training and I literally have my iPad sitting in my car seat next to me while I'm driving to work and I'm just listening. But even though the people are saying kind of the same things, they say them in a different way. And there's nuggets that you catch all the time. And I mean, I hear people say the same things, but then I go, oh, wait, I took that totally different. So being on the trainings for me has been ginormous. I love them. And I think they're better than trainings that we pay for in the dental office. So those are the 3 tips that I have. And I'm very grateful for Optavia and I'm very grateful for our community. And the community is family. And I literally do have family on here with me. So yeah, that's it. And tonight I'm going to introduce my friend and coach, Dawn Armenta.
Hi guys, I'm Dawn. I am director, which I guess I didn't realize that I promoted up to that until Julie said, "You're speaking tomorrow." Oh, okay. So here I am. I'll share a little about my story. I started on January 13th, and I only know that because it was the day after my daughter's birthday. And I thought, I'm going out with mimosas and cupcakes before I start this. Okay. So I drank lots of mimosas and cupcakes and started the next day after her birthday. It started because I saw a picture of me on New Year's Day with my family, and I said, no, that can't be happening. You know, I don't want to be an old grandma, because I have 2 grandsons that are my heart. Well, then that same day I went on Facebook, and Julie always has the most inspiring posts. If it's not feeding the homeless, it's now about her weight loss journey and her coaching. And I sent her a text and I said, I want what you have. Within 10 minutes, I was talking to Joy. And within 20 minutes, I was signing up as on Optavia. Well, probably a month into it, Julie and Joy asked, what do you think about coaching? I said, I have not much to show for it now. I can't be a fat coach. I don't want to be a fat coach. I said, when I hit 50 pounds off, I will start coaching. Well, then I work for Glendora Unified School District in the special ed department. Well, we all know in March, school closed. So at that point, I had lost 40 pounds. I told Julie, I said, well, I'm at 40 pounds. She goes, okay, let's start. Let's sign you up. I said, well, okay. So I started, and I seemed to start off really strong. Like I hit senior coach pretty quickly. At least that's what they tell me. And then I'm a little more reserved, so I have a hard time. So I just let Julie and Joy push me a little bit, and then I'll do it. I mean, there's still some things I'm sure they really want to kick me for, because I'm really bad about doing lives. Like right now, I feel like I'm gonna be real hot, you know? So the program's changed my life. I'm no longer on high blood pressure pills. I have lots of energy from my grandsons. I mean, it's changed my life in a lot of ways, besides making new friends. I've made some good friends. I would call Julie one of my dearest friends. You know, I've known her for a really long time, but I haven't known her. And now I know her. And right there, that's a non-scale victory, is making good friends, but helping other people. Like I have a couple clients, they'll send me texts, thank you so much, thank you for this, you know. Then I thought I had one client that was totally not doing what she was supposed to do, because she would ghost all my texts. Sends me a text, I'm down, I think it was 37 pounds is what she said, and 7 inches off my waist. That was like a happy dance, because I thought she wasn't really doing great, but obviously she was. So now I am down 84 pounds, and I just want to pay that to the world. I want people to feel like I feel. And so that's why I want to coach. And a few tips would be attend the trainings. Like Julie said, it sounds like it's repetition, but maybe like she said, the way one person says it. I mean, there's been times when someone says something, I'll go on my phone and I'll look for a quote to put on Facebook of something they've said. And I have to do it quick before I forget, because like Julie, sometimes I'm in the shower listening to it, or driving to give blood, or sitting on a Zoom with work. So, and then I feel like when you do make your post, or you do your lives, be real. Don't be a salesperson, be real. You know, let them know what it's given you, the freedom it's given you. And also appear confident. Like this has given me so much more confidence than I have ever had before. So just be confident and be very proud of your accomplishments, because losing weight isn't easy, and keeping it off is even harder. And we're all living proof that it could be done. So now with that, I'm going to introduce Pamela Rice. Thank you.
Pam, are you on, my friend? She may be running behind from work. Okay, so let's hear from Joey. Joey, tell us all the good stuff, my friend.
All righty. Okay, can you guys hear me? I have a little bit of a story, and first of all, I just want to say thank you for welcoming me. I love being a part of this community. before the program, I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. I did have a gastric sleeve surgery in 2014. I lost 115 pounds. I was feeling amazing. I had some pretty major life events that took place, and I found myself eating my emotions. And then I ended up having foot surgery, and December was gone. And next thing I knew, I had to lose 70 pounds. So I knew I needed to get something done. I was a new grandma, and I wanted to be a really great grandma. And I ended up meeting someone. We started hiking. I lost 30 pounds on my own. And then my life kind of went upside down. Again, my son and daughter-in-law and my granddaughter ended up moving to Montana, and I was a single mother. And so my son and I have a very amazing relationship. So I felt once again like my heart was leaving me. Not only was I felt like I was losing my son, but I felt like I was losing my granddaughter. And then I could feel myself spiraling into a little bit of a dark place again. In the meantime, I'm watching my aunt, Julie. She's doing amazing on this journey. She's been dropping weight left and right. And I'm thinking, you know what? I've lost 30 pounds, but gosh, I want to do this. And so I reached out to Julie, and I started program in July. I'm down 30 pounds on my own. I'm 5 pounds away now from my first goal. But what really changed me is it was probably about like 2 weeks in, and I started feeling a little cocky. I'd lost 9 pounds. Woohoo! And so I thought, well, you know, what's the deal? And then I had broken up off a relationship, and then I started getting a little depressed and got dark again. And Julie said, you need to get into your books. You haven't gotten into your books. Sorry, I try not to get emotional, and I've said this story so many times. I thought I wasn't going to cry, but apparently I'm going to get a little teary-eyed, so sorry, guys. Anyway, she said, you need to get into your books. She goes, but more importantly, she goes, will you do me a favor and just read in your HOH page 126, and then tell me what you think. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I dug into the books again, or actually I really paid attention this time. And I read that, and it was talking about current self versus future self. And then I realized it hit me like a ton of bricks, because that's what I had done in my entire life. And it affected so many aspects of who I am and why I hadn't been successful or started something and stopped it. And it had to do with my belief in myself and self-love. So I am so grateful and thankful for that emotional side, because that switched my mindset like that. And I have literally been on fire ever since. And the weight loss, that's a bonus to what everything else is on this program. And then to having this journey and so many people to be able to share it with. And then I had some friends thinking, gosh, you know, sending me messages, you look so happy. What are you doing? I want to be, you know, a part of that. And please tell me what's going on. And so I was telling Julie, and she goes, well, why don't you coach? And I go, I don't think I can do it. I work full time. I don't know if I have enough, you know, headspace for all of this. And she goes, you know what? You ought to just try it. You do it. And she goes, you're going to be great. She goes, you share your story anyway. Everybody follows you. You've got 2,500 friends on Facebook. You know, you need to do this. And so I said, okay, let's do it. And the first month I was on, I hit senior coach. The second month, which was last month, I hit manager. And I have to say, this has been the most amazing experience, because not only has it helped me so much, but I'm able to help so many other people. And I received one of the best messages yesterday off a post that I had made, and someone who has no desire to lose weight, has no desire to do anything. He just reached out and said, you know what? I really don't know you, but I have to tell you, I look forward to your positive posts and your progress every single day. And so I'm going to try to end this quickly, but one of my pointers with getting to where I am and where I'm going, where I'm becoming or who I'm becoming is be transparent, be completely transparent with your posts, your social media. People want to see people be successful. And I think right now where we are in a society, people are more apt to respond to the rawness and the absolute love that we are showing and sharing and feeling. So if I have any pointers, sorry, I kind of got off my notes a little bit. It would be to, first of all, accept your coaching. Thank you, Joy and Julie, for bearing with me and being patient with me and teaching me. I loved the trainings. Those are another one. But my biggest one would be to live unapologetically out loud, be transparent, be authentic, be loving, share, because you never know who's going to be watching. You never know what somebody else is going through and how you're going to be able to touch their life and their lives. So basically just be love. And now, in closing, I would like to introduce Victoria Flores. Thank you so much. You guys have a great evening.
Victoria, are you there, my friend? I think we're missing.
Yes, I'm sorry. I think I forgot to unmute. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Victoria Flores. How I started in this program was quite interesting. My friend Emir, who has been in this program, reached out to me to talk to me, I think, about coaching. She didn't go too deep into coaching, but before I cut her off and I told her, hey, I actually need to lose some weight. And she sounded kind of surprised because I'm a physical education teacher. I'm a runner. I'm a cross-country track and field coach. So I've always been the fit, friend that she calls me the fit friend. And but I started a master's program a couple years ago. And within that, and not trying not to steal time away from my kids, I continued. I just ate whatever came across to be able to do everything. And then COVID happened, and soon I was 25 pounds over, what I've always been before. Pregnancy, what I call pregnancy weight. I've never been there without being pregnant. So I told her, hey, I actually need to lose weight. And then she's like, oh, so let's talk. So she talked to me with the program. I started and I lost 16 pounds in the first month. So I was amazed with the program. I'm not the type of person that goes into programs. I always rely on my exercising. But then, I reached senior coach the first month. And then she talked to me about certification, which I have no idea there was such a thing within the program. But then I said, you know what, I just finished my master's program. I don't think I want to open another book to do any kind of test. And she's like, it's like, actually it's off your life book. You're already reading it. And she was very encouraging and very supportive. And just like, well, let me know if you're ready. You can, try it. And then she told me how to go about it. And yeah, I took it. What I like about the test was that you take it, I guess a step at a time, questions at a time. You don't have to sit and take the whole test at once, which totally helped because I'm very tight with, with time. So yeah, I am, at 1 a.m, 12 at night, midnight, taking, partial of the test, and, finally I finished it. And it's such a rewarding feeling, only because going through the test, it's helping me, or it helped me, learn through the journey of the program myself, but also through the being a coach. Learning the elements, going through the elements and learning all that is enriching my knowledge as far as, as a coach. And it's strengthening everything around me, not just within coaching, within, this program, but also in my school. It's reinforcing the knowledge that I already had, because I also teach a health component in my physical education classes. And I'm just glad that I've been introduced to this program. I'm currently helping a couple of friends, within the program, and family members, and just knowing that I'm there for them, helping them in their on a new healthy journey, and they're happy with it. They're happy with the results. It's such rewarding. They've always reached out to me for workouts, normally running workouts because that's what I do. And but I can give you any kind of workouts, but if you have this weight on top of you, and it's hard to do the exercises, you're gonna give up really easy. So with this, going into losing the weight and going into the program and learning these habits little by little, and then adding the exercise component, it's totally different to what I knew before, and so I'm just very glad that I was introduced, to the program. A couple of tips that I have: I trust the program yourself. That is huge. If you don't have the trust in the program that you are coaching, and then there's no way that you can emit that trust into anybody else. And I think that's what has been helping me so far. Um, Follow the lead of the people in the group, in your team, that are more experienced. Learn from them as much as you can. Ask questions, if if, bug them, because that's the only way that you are going to be learning. And the trainings are amazing. In my district, in my school, I have to beg for them to pay for a training for me to go, and they're here for free to enrich your intellectual knowledge at the same time. So take advantage, take as much advantage as possible from the trainings offered through the program. And I'm not sure who I'm supposed to be introducing, Desiree. So that's what I have for you guys today. I'm just glad I've been introduced to this program, and I'm ready to move forward from here.
Awesome, Victoria. Thank you so much for everything that you shared, you guys, and such amazing fire behind all of these speakers. And it's just amazing to see everybody just going for it and leveling up and, really, really absorbing the self-development, getting on the trainings, getting certified. These things are so important, you guys. This is where you start to add more value to your clients and to the coaches that you're going to be training. Okay. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about the importance of the 10K club. And Justin, if you want to piggyback off this too, I know you have so much value to offer in that topic as well. So the reason why it is so valuable, and I've had people ask, like, what is it? It's just kind of like an honorary place in the program as far as the amount of lives that you're impacting. And it's really showing, how involved you are. Your client support rate obviously is on fire. It's on point. You have people sending you referrals when your front lines, getting to those higher numbers. And the true importance of it, you guys, is I know you guys all heard Nick Lavelli talk about on the 11 Days to ED Bootcamp, those of you that were on that training. I know you guys all heard him say, if it's 6,000 volume to get to executive director, pretend it's 7,200. I know we all heard him say that. I haven't forgotten that. That is exactly what the 10K club is designed for, is to give you that cushion. And if there is ever, any kind of, strange month where people are pushing out orders or canceling orders, you're going to have that cushion to not miss that mark. Okay. So that is why it is so absolutely vital to shoot for that 10K club. And it's just something to be very proud of too, you guys. Justin, did you have anything else that you wanted to add as far as the 10K club goes?
No, I think, I guess I do. I think I'm taking a bunch of notes here from you guys. It's kind of awesome. And I'll probably go through some of that in a second. But yeah, I think the 10K club is just something to understand that it's not a scarcity mindset. And you want to get to a place where, as you build a business or you build a team, if we're within like the 20th or the 22nd of the month, and our volumes are pretty high up there, one, you start to create a lot of new coaching partners because you have a bigger funnel to work with. But not only that, you're not at the end of the month just trying to get to that 6,000 mark. And I'll explain that more in a second after Desiree's done. But you want to have that place where you're kind of positioned to where now you can reach out and help your team and you're not helping yourself at the same time. So you're not at the end of the month trying to grind and get to that last client to hit the percentages that you want to. You actually can take some time to dive into your team. So, and like I said, the most important part is the more clients you have, we know the 5-in-1 ratio, right? For every 5 clients you have, it seems like everything's a 5-in-1 nowadays, but for every 5 clients you have, 1 shows themselves as a business partner. Well, if you have 35 clients, you have a higher chance of finding those coaches faster than you do if you have 17 clients, right? And then also you can control your own income based on where you need to be. 10K, you're at a solid 32 to 3,500 a month. I mean, that's a good chunk of change to be able to kind of relax and be able to take that time to look at different things instead of, stressing out what you're going to do with bringing on maybe coaches right away. We have that funnel vision, right? So it's a great place to be in the company. I know back in the day, there was like, I think 10 total in like 17,000 coaches. Now it's just kind of a thing to do. In fact, some of the coaches like the Tillmans are killing it at 32,000 frontline volume. And that's just a bigger funnel. And that's why their team's growing so fast, is they're finding more coaches quickly. So that's really all I got.
Awesome. Thank you for adding value. So something to keep in mind too, guys, and I say this because there's, so many coaches that we talk to that start to kind of get in, I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. How about that? So when you start to build a bigger funnel, you're going to see more cancellations. You're going to see more people pushing out, and it's going to feel more scary because of the fact that it seems like there's so many all at once. But don't forget, there's a reason why we built up to that 10K club. So if we're supporting 5 clients, more than likely nobody's going to be canceling or pushing out yet. And if they do, it just feels like, oh, it was just one person. But when you have a higher volume and then all of a sudden there's, 5, 6, 7 people all in 1 month that either cancel or push out, try not to get in your own head over it. Okay. When it's one of those things where we just kind of say like, it's an integrated, or it's a executive director problem. The more clients you have, the more you're going to notice that are either transitioning or canceling or, pushing out and then coming back later. So just understand the fact too, that the more volume you have, the more you're going to see more silly stuff happening too, but don't sweat it. Just keep moving forward and just focus on the people who are here and the people who are staying. Okay. I just wanted to highlight that because it's really easy to start blaming ourselves or feeling like we're doing something wrong when you see something like that happening. So just strong client support. You guys got this. So, Justin, I think that there was one last thing that you were wanting to share before we, highlight the rest of the people that ranked up this month.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I really was just going to share this one thing, but I just want to clarify for some of you newer coaches, because we talked about, ED. There's a few EDs that got on here and they got to be celebrated. Executive director is what that stands for. And typically you're probably earning anywhere from about $2,000 to $2,200 a month. And you're roughly supporting about 17 clients. So as you guys kind of hear those different numbers, things to shoot for and where you want to be. And to be honest with you, executive director is where it's at. If you're certified, which your coach can talk to you about that later, don't do the carriage before the horse and try to figure that out just yet. If you're in action where you're at, work with your mentors on what that is. But if you're certified as a coach and you're at executive director, you're maxing out all the percentages you can get. There's rolling consistency bonuses. There's 31% of your food orders. So that's kind of like, even if you don't want to go for a big business, you kind of want to not leave money on the table. You know what I mean? Inevitably and organically, your business will grow because, like I said, with those 5-in-1 ratios of a coach, even if you don't want to bring on coaches, that's okay. But coaches will show themselves, and that's okay. But one thing is you just want to make sure you're not losing money. So executive director is kind of where it's at. So I just wanted to share that. Another thing too is Julie talked about the 3x3. And some of you guys are like, well, what does that mean? Are we doing multiplication? No, kind of. But what that is work with your mentorship. That's basically posting 3 times a day, messaging 3 times a day, friending people on Facebook 3 times a day, reaching out to 3 people a day. So there's action steps in there. So make sure you're working with your mentors on what those are. So I just want to make sure you guys aren't like, am I missing codes or something like that? Because I know there's a few newer coaches on here. Living out loud. That's super important, right? I think 4 of us said on here, live out loud. I call her Angel, but Angelina, she does a great job of that. She's constantly posting about that and living out loud. Kelly does it awesome with burnouts and everything else she's got going on, but she definitely promotes her lifestyle very well and organically. Julie does an amazing job too. Joy, I mean, I could name everybody on here. So that's really important. And then you start to create family. friends. I had a great talk with my brother earlier today, how you shift that energy to where this is more your friendships than maybe even high school friends or people you grew up with or people you think you're friends with now. That starts to change too, because you really start to understand the level of friendship that you can have once you get to know those people. So I know doing this the last 7.5 years, one, I wouldn't know any of you guys. And two, definitely wouldn't be friends with Desiree. Probably wouldn't have the greatest relationship I have with even my aunt right now. We have an amazing relationship now. We talk more than ever. So things can organically grow. I know I definitely wouldn't know Kelly or any of you guys on here. So that's really important to understand what you're building is a family, a relationship. It's not just a business or a hobby. It can be a whole nother level if you want it to be. Building people up. I mean, how many people talked on here about how they now are doing things that they could never do? I remember when Kelly first started rating, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. And now she's doing anything and everything and go faster and talk to more people and creating more groups and walks and helping people. Every time we do a walk with Donald and her group, she's on the phone with somebody trying to help somebody do something. And I just know that that's amazing, right? And we talked about Victoria, who's a teacher, and she's growing and she loves how these trainings bless your mental space more than ever. Julie talked about that too. So it's just really important to understand what you guys have here. It's awesome to see. Beyond trainings, you know what I mean? Never stop sharing. I think one of the biggest things we can learn is like Victoria said, when she had somebody reach out to her. And the reason I share this is, yes, she did reach out to her. Yes, she was on her list. She was on her business list. And who knows how long she was on that business list, because usually our business list is a semi-scared list, because we're talking to them just about the business and we have to find a position how to do that. But if they were on your list naturally, they would have found out probably sooner than later that Victoria wanted to lose some weight too. But she's looking at her as an educational teacher and she's all good. And so all I say is don't prejudge people. We talk about that. Don't make a list based on your mental space. All you have to do is offer it to somebody and let them decide whether they don't want it or they don't like spaceship food, or that's great, or let me talk to my wife, or yeah, I'm ready to sign up, or oh, hell no. Let them say it. Don't decide that. Put them on a list, make a connection, because that scares list could have been 2, 3, 4 months previous if we would have just reached out to them and done what we do best. So work with your mentors on those lists. Just share and care. The last thing I will say, and this is why I wanted to hop on here, because Desiree does such a better job at hosting this than I do, by far. But there's a little bit of a thing going on right now. So a lot of you guys know this, and I don't want to end the call on a negative, but it's important to understand this because this will impact your business. Because we are obviously in a pandemic, fuelings are starting to become scarcer. Ideas of keeping up in contact with people and how to get more ingredients and keep these fuelings going and all this COVID stuff going on. Your clients are now, their next orders moving forward will not be replaced with anything. So what's come to our attention, a couple of us leaders, we talked about this a little earlier. If you have a coach or a client, if you had a client last month that had a full order, and say 5 of those items will not be on this month's order, they're not replacing it. So what does that do to your frontline volume? It's going to crash it. So when you think you have 17 clients ordering entities, or you have a projected frontline, that's going to change real quick. So what I would suggest for you guys, mentors also, get back to your coaches, make sure they're double checking their clients, sharing with them, hey, you know what, unfortunately, these are rough times. Right now, we're trying to do our best to keep up with it, but it is starting to become scarce with ingredients and things like that. They are not replacing things. So please edit your order, go in and grab some other fuelings and make sure you have the proper amount to continue on program. Remember, how we approach this is how they're going to react. It is an unfortunate thing, but we talk about live above the line. We're also talking about obstacles are the way. So, hey, you know what? If they have to eat a few extra chocolate bars this month, great. If they have to have a few more of something that's not necessarily as fun for them, that's okay, because foods aren't the end all answer for this. It's not a diet, right? We're not trying to focus on the food so much, but in this case, just be aware of that. So that being said, make sure you check in with all your clients, because their orders will not process with certain things on them. And you're going to have a $400 order go down to like $237. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, over the next month or so. Hopefully we get that situated soon. Back to you, Des. That's all I really got.
Thank you. Thank you. And plus those clients being short for their monthly order. So that's really important too. And that could actually, if I can say one more thing, Justin, that will actually tank your next month order too. If they're trying to rush to replenish the food that they didn't get to, for this order, they may place a second order And then it could tank the month following as well, because they're, you know, going to be not putting in a full order for the following month. So just something huge to consider. All right, guys, so we're going to go through this list real quick. I'm going to share my screen if that's okay. There we are. Let me find my Safari here so I can pull up the document. Here it is. All right, so rank up. So Justin, he hit his second month in a row of presidential director. Woo woo, congrats, Justin. Whoever that guy is. And then next we have our newest DD, Angelina, yes girl, director, Dawn, Linda, killing it, good job. Associate director, Sonia, Pamela Rice. Managers, we got Joey, Denise. Sorry, I'm not doing last names here, guys. I don't want to botch them. And then 10K Club, we got Julie, Monique, 9K Club, you guys. So close. I know some of you have been in the 10K Club, and then we kind of have, you know, just those clients. But we got Troy, Davina, Debbie. Good job, guys. Incredible place to be. And 6K Club, Angelina, get it, girlfriend. And then certified health coaches newly this month, Victoria, Claudia. And then here's our new baby coaches. We got Bobby, Michelle, Frank, Jennifer, Brittany, Serena, Rosario, and Nikki. Awesome, you guys. What an incredible month. So exciting. And just imagine what next month is going to look like. Before we close it out here, I just want to remind you guys of one thing. The holidays are coming up fast. People are looking for a second income. Now is the time to start sponsoring coaches. There's people that are needing it. There's people who maybe they don't have the income they had before because they might be on unemployment. This is the most opportune time for people to get into something like this because we are considered essential. Okay. So with that being said, everybody keep killing it. I can't wait to see next month be on fire as well. And, you know, just all of you just doing absolutely incredible jobs and demonstrating leadership and just being such incredible leaders in health. Congratulations to everyone. You guys have a good night.